in this season. He's taking them to where they thought they could go, and he has got to get off to a quick start here today to keep that momentum going. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Stockton. Fires on the move. Fires it incomplete.
My old coach always used to say, don't turn a bad play into a catastrophe. He got flushed outside the pocket. Listen, it's okay. You can throw an incompletion. Don't create a turnover. Don't try to force it. At least the quarterback took care of the football.
Unloads it left. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game. How do you execute on 3rd down? And a lot of times, man, it's about being in position and making plays, and that's exactly what he did. The right spot, breaking on the football, being physical, setting the tone in this football game.
They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
2nd down, gonna throw it. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Turns it upfield. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And man, this is exactly how you wanted to script this game. Your defense comes out, gets a stop, do a nice job in special teams. Now you get that first down. The juices are flowing. Everybody's feeling confident now. The offense is feeling good. I look, Jesse, for them to open it up now. Try to create an explosive play. They got some of that momentum early.
Yeah, and this is what coaches love to see, too, right? Complementary football for everything you just talked about. And now, if you're the offensive coordinator, you got that first down. This might be an opportunity to take a shot like David said. The defense might be expecting run here. Take a look at what their personnel is. If you got the matchup you like, don't be afraid to take a shot.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting where he's blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. Looking down the middle. It's picked off, and that's number 10. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. Both of you guys played in this rivalry. Jesse, what's your most impactful memory?
My senior year, 1st and 1 on the goal line, and the Bulldogs had Marcus Stroud and Richard Seymour, 2 first-round picks at D-tackle. Coach Spurrier called Red Snoopy, which was a quarterback sneak. I didn't get it. He called it again on 2nd down. I didn't get it. Called it again on 3rd down. I didn't get it. On 4th down, he subbed our running back, who came in the huddle and says, Red Snoopy, jump over the top, idiot. And we scored a touchdown.
That is great. That is phenomenal.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Piles his way ahead. He gets it past the sticks, and Georgia has a first down.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because third down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
Rolls right. Slings it downfield. Got his man. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. Georgia going back to work with another first down. Gets the back moving. Handoff for Frazier. Spins away from the defense. Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a first down.
Well, this offense didn't get off to the start they wanted, going 3 and out of the gate. But on the second drive, they're doing much better. They're finding a rhythm, and I think a big part of that is establishing the running game. And a really nice job on that last one, picking up the first down.
Back to pass, it's Stockton. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. These two first met back in 1915, and for much of their histories, they've been sleeping giants. But, man, when they wake up, do they wake up?
Well, two programs, obviously, with a lot of history and a lot of great players in the past, but I feel like because of the recent success of both Georgia and Florida in the last couple of decades, this is a game every year that everybody, not just in the SEC, but I think around the country, have circled because of what this game means.
Well, and it's so cool when you're a fan and you've played in this game like me and Jesse both have. You can go back to a singular moment like Run, Lindsey, Run in 1980, which was a 3rd and long on their own 7 that they converted Georgia to go on to win a national title. Big games decided by big moments that live forever.
Oh, pressure's coming. No choice but to get rid of it, and it'll be 4th down.
Oh, a really nice decision early in the game by the QB. You're in great field position, at least going to have an opportunity to kick a field goal. 3rd down, nothing open, just throw it away and let your head coach make the decision.
They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. Between the hashes, it's Singleton. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And I think with Florida, man, it's all about the quarterback position. When it was rolling at its peak, right, it was Jesse Palm and Santino. That guy was pretty good too. But, like, finding that guy that can make the plays. I think bringing in Buster Faulkner is a big deal. They'll have a great offensive identity. But, Palmer, Florida's good when they got the trigger.
Well, the good news is they didn't have to leave the U.S. border to find the next guy like they did way back in the day. But you're right. I think Buster Faulkner really is the key. I thought one of the big moves for John Summerall in the offseason was bringing in Faulkner as his offensive coordinator. One of the most difficult coordinators to defend. You ask any D coordinator in the country, and he only seems to get the best out of his quarterback. So they had a guy in DJ Lagway. They had really high hopes. Things didn't work out. He moves on to Baylor. But this is a critical spot. How quickly this new quarterback can get on the same page as his play caller, that's critical for their success.
Out wide right, it's Bryant. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. And it seems to be a lot easier for the quarterback to find this guy than it is for the defense.
Yeah, and I think this is a guy, Reese, that you can split him out and you can feel comfortable getting the football as many ways as possible because he is one of those matchup problems. Linebackers aren't going to be able to run with him, so try to find ways to maximize that little guy's speed and athletic ability.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. From the gun. Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Singleton. He'll work his way down to the 28. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. First play of the period, first down here. Here's a give the ball. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Handoff again. This time the defense was ready and they stop him in his tracks.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. That's exactly what happened.
On third down, he drops to throw. Hauls it in. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Kept the last one on the ground. Now they'll throw. Touchdown, Gator! The short hand's in the end zone, and he has 6. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. So a drive there of 82 yards, and they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. On the return, it's Phillips. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll ride him again. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves. And I think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game. And let's...
Going long. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Touchdown, Bulldog. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
And it's just such a great way to answer. Your defense just gives up a touchdown, no problem. Offense come out, see what the defense is in. The passing game makes the big play down the field, and the immediate answer to get the momentum back in this football game.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish with a huge play in the passing game, covering 75 yards to house it. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. Motion from the back. Fresh setter downs going to the air. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
And the Gators trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Here comes the heat. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Left side is Pryor. He'll be stopped short, and they'll force a 4th down.
I mean, the great news is you just came up with a huge completion on 3rd down, but the bad news is you're still miles away from picking up this first because of how poor you were 1st and 2nd down. Moving forward in this game, the offense has got to do a better job early in the drive to at least give them a chance to have some success.
On the return, he's brought down, and he looked for room to return it, and there wasn't much there. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Well, it feels like each and every year when you talk Georgia and their ability running the football, they are about as deep at that position in running back as anybody in college football. You look to last year, David, it felt like every game there was 5 or 6 guys. It was Nate Frazier and 4 other dudes all getting it done. They recruit so well at that position. They bring in fresh bodies. They wear defenses down. We expect that to be the same thing this year.
They do, but I tell you what, man, the highlighter to me, the top guy is Nate Frazier. And them keeping him this offseason, there was a lot of people that were trying to make him a very rich man. And I'm not saying he's not a rich man at Georgia, but, like, he is the superstar. He's got great feet. You saw him take next steps after his freshman year. And this guy really has dynamic quickness. He explodes through the hole, home run speed, doesn't mess around, has really proven to be a great back. And for a defense, it's not always about sacks, but sometimes it's about getting that quarterback off his spot where he feels very comfortable, and they get him flushed outside of the pocket, and good perimeter defense. He rolls to the right. Everybody's still covering their guys, moving across the field with the QB, nowhere to go with the football.
Looking to throw, it's Stockton. Move to his right. He'll throw it. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Trying to make one miss. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. First play of this drive. Finds his man. It's Singleton. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They'll need a bunch on second down. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass on second down. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Well, that's their third sack of the game, and we knew statistically coming into this game, this is one of the top 25 units in the nation getting after the quarterback. Line, headaches and nightmares up to this point of the game.
Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. The Gators are going to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Moving the pocket, it's Stockton. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Third and long coming up. Play clock was getting close to 0, and they have to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Ton of ground to cover here on third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Clock is stopped. Florida has called a timeout at 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Nestles it in at the 35. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarmed him under for no gain. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Hey, man, it's fun to watch a defense that really knows how to pressure the quarterback and they have guys that can win up front. That's the 4th sack of the day. We're still in the first half, but they got a bunch of guys up front that twist and stunt and move.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the second quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger because it's obvious.
Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. They make short of the marker. It'll be fourth down. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Needs it here on fourth down. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye, that bull Gator head. Let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half.
Guys, week 9, kind of a week where we separate the pretenders from the contenders here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's start with the Missouri State Bears taking on the Maryland Terrapins. And it's Missouri State able to pull off the upset by just a score. Going to be fun to see how this changes up the rankings. The result today gets them back to 500. It's something they harped on in practice all week, and they will celebrate this one for at least 24 hours. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside Conference USA.
Motion from the wideout. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. With the catch, it's Ball. There he goes. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Handoff for Ball. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
Yeah, we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
And finally, we see a nice gain. It's his best run of the game. And this offense works best when he is going. And then you can throw the passing game and the play action, and there's more balance. So maybe that's a sight of things to come. Maybe they can get this thing going and get back in this football game.
Got it behind the line. It's Mays. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And what a nice play by the DB. You have to understand, that wide receiver gets that ball that quick. It's tough to get him on the ground. Nice job getting a hold of him, getting him on the ground for no gain.
And after that last completion, netted a big fat 0. They're looking at 2nd and 10. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Breaks into the open. The 40, the 30, the 20. He's at the touchdown Dogs. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6.
And that's one the quarterback would love to have back. At this point of the game, it's tight on the scoreboard, and if that guy's not open, nothing's there. You got to throw that thing away, or you got to tuck it and run, take a sack, live to play another down. That's a decision the quarterback wishes he had back.
Yeah, because you're so frustrated because you're in a position to get points. And, right, when you start getting down there, Paul, they talk to you all the time. Don't give away points. Make sure you're smart with the football. Don't try to do too much. He tries to do too much. He pays for it, and the defense takes it all the way back to the end zone.
From inside the 10, here he comes. He's got great speed. Oh, what vision. He gets it into enemy territory, and that return has them in business at the 42-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Jones wants to throw it. Can hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Turning it on. Inside the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Bulldog! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And he takes this from inside the 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Jones to throw. Shoots it to the left. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the late in the 3rd quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive. They've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
2nd and long here. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
And man, this whole crowd has grown frustrated with what they've seen from this offense. I mean, they just haven't put drives together. They haven't been explosive. And another incompletion, and the clock is ticking. It's running down. They've got to find a way.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Well, they're trailing by a lot of points right now, and the problem is there's usually only one way to get back into it, and that means throwing the ball, and the defense knows it. And that's why they're pinning their ears back. They're dialing up blitzes. Guys are just rushing upfield, and they're finding it easier to get to the quarterback. They've got a few sacks already in this game. It's going to be even easier at this point because this offense has just dug themselves into such a big hole.
He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. They'll give to Frazier. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Still looking to his right. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And him to drop that football doesn't happen often. You take those lucky things when you can get them.
Wide receiver comes in motion. On third down, here's Frazier. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. He's already made 1 field goal, but this one is going to need a big leg. A 50-yard attempt coming. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Quarterback signaling to his guys. The snap wants to throw to start this drive. And it's picked off for the 4th time today.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Here's a give to Frazier. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They'll move the wide receiver. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Complete in the middle. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the 3rd quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, you're the quarterback. You're happy to oblige when you've got the playmakers you have offensively. Just keep chucking it.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's 1st and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Pack's got it on the screen. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. 1 more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll run with Nate Frazier. He'll be stopped right there. They kept it on the ground on 3rd and goal, and it did not pay off. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. Splits the uprights. Good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Throws to the wideout. Nearly another interception. It'll be 2nd down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Pulls it in. It's Singleton. Makes the grab and down immediately. He picks up a few. The Gators come to the line in the hurry-up.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first down. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't have to be aggressive. They can sit back. Offensively, you got to put the gas to the floor. Got to make something happen fast.
He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, his coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain.
Slips one guy, now he's loose. And he's finally ushered out of bounds, but not before. He makes a good gain. The Gators, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Making the adjustment on the play. Just keeps slinging it. Fires to the middle. Holds on, it's Singleton. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Tells the run, wants to pass. Buying time to his right. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
Well, as soon as he got outside the pocket, the defense smelled blood in the water. Everybody started pursuing him. How about the big hit on the QB outside the pocket? At that point, he's a runner. He's not getting protected anymore. Nice job. He felt that one.
Sends it back in motion. 2nd down to the air. The screen, he can go. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Touchdown, Florida! And they take it in for 6 more points. And now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys. He's looking to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Well, trailing by as much as they are here in the 4th quarter, no big surprise. They're going to go onside kick, and obviously their opponent was ready for it. They hop on the football, and they're going to ice this game, it looks like.
Out of the gun here with Nate Frazier.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Grabbed behind the line, it's Frazier. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's tackled right at the 40-yard line. That is well short of the first down, and let's see if they go for it here.
And RD, it's completely changed the game.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Rolls right. Makes a grab past the marker. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business.
Now, what a great second effort by the receiver there. Catches the football. He knows he's got to get some yards to get that first down. Nice job understanding that, getting to the sticks, and getting the first down.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. And the stomping has commenced. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. There is little the Dogs enjoy more than sticking it to the Gators, and boy, are they doing it right now.
Yeah, taking care of business. And listen, Georgia prides itself on being a physical unit. Every year, they're going to just pound you and bludgeon you. And Florida has had no response, just like in the last several games in this series. Georgia's just, they got the upper hand.
Georgia's always had talented teams. Certainly that they were very talented back in the day when I played them. The program was in a great place. But because of recent success, they're just at a different level now. What they're recruiting, what the expectations are, and they're really showing that here in the second half.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. Finds a man on the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The Gators want to move quickly.
I know one of the things this offense takes a lot of pride in the passing game is they feel like they can attack every area of the field. They have success when they throw it outside, but they're really good throwing to the middle.
And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Bulldog. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He gets a block. He's got an alley. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
And listen, it's getting late in the game. It's in the fourth quarter, and they got to make something happen when you're down by this much. But tell you what, this onside kick went like the defense and the offense is gone for this day. It's just underwhelming, not successful, just been a bad day.
Dropping back, it's Stockton. Looking for a deep man. Makes the grab. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Salt into her wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
And the extra point is good. Deep in the end zone, it's Abrams. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.
And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front. 3rd and long right here. Running right, it's Ball. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Another chapter of this rivalry in the books, and this one goes to the Dogs, who hunkered down and took out the Gators. That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.